We're gonna keep doing this stupid crap. He looks like Sid from Toy Story.
It was everything that should be illegal.
Francis, you want to talk about all this money? Let's talk business. You, Donovan Ryan, Wrestling Revolver. Welcome back to Locked Up, episode 4. We are back, and let's talk a bit about the last week in which we were gone. I'm Henry Behringer, here with Donovan Ryan, as always. Last week we said that we were going to do a live reaction to SummerSlam, and then YouTube said when we tried to live stream, because there's a 24-hour notice when you do a live stream on a channel for the first time, and since the Locked Up channel is new, it didn't like that, and that sucks. But
we got you at some other time.
But in this week that we were gone, there's some stuff that we haven't talked about here. So we'll start off with AEW Redemption. Speedball Mike Bailey won the ladder match for the international title shot, and he would go on to face Kyle Fletcher for the title at Grand Slam Mexico, in which we will talk about later. Maya World has won the TBS Championship.
Yes. Good for her. She deserves it.
Yes. Then we went on to Painmaker and Tommaso Ciampa, and this was an interesting match, and with a very notable finish.
Ciampa attempts to murder Yuppie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Which was hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's hilarious, and he would go on to Grand Slam Mexico and attack Andrade's pants as well.
And he also does another crazy thing during that match that I'd love to talk about later.
What did he do? I forgot.
I'll say it when we get there.
Okay. Painmaker took a drill to Tommaso Ciampa's head.
I don't think that was the right move. I think realistically, Ciampa should have won that match and gone over.
I mean, yeah, me too, but like a drill to the head. Anyways,
yes, drill to the head.
That's the main thing that we're trying to talk about here.
They've been teasing it, so.
Andrade won the national championship in this show.
How you know?
How you know? This is big. Know?
Which he has on his tights now.
He does.
He has it on his tights now.
That is true. Would you say that this has been the height of Andrade's career?
I would say it's very close. It's between that. There's 3 peaks, I think, of Andrade's career. There's this. There's his United States Championship run in 2019. And then there's his NXT Championship run. But I would probably say this is probably the closest he's been since that NXT Championship run. I personally wasn't a wrestling fan when that happened, so I could just be talking out of my butt.
That is totally fair. But I just, this is, at least for as long as I've been a wrestling fan, this is the most star power he's had. I had to watch him in AEW, then go back to WWE, show up in AEW for a day, and then have to wait like 80 days before he could show up again, and all this other stuff. So it's very refreshing to see him.
Your contract's up, Andrade. How you know?
Yeah, yeah, right.
You still have, Andrade, you still have to wait your 90-day release clause. How you know?
How you know? Exactly.
How you know?
Willow Nightingale returns from injury and wins the Women's Championship at Redemption. Another... Donovan, are you there? Oh, okay. I saw you disappear.
Hello to make me look taller.
Oh, okay. Well, Willow Nightingale wins the Women's Championship. Let's go.
Yes. Good for her.
Let's go. Yes.
Again, another person who completely deserves it. I personally did not think they were going to go with Willow here. I thought it was like, oh, that's too close to, All In to change a big name, like a big title like that. Like, okay, changing the national title isn't like a crazy thing, but like for them to change the women's title a month before their biggest show of the year is a gutsy call. But if they're gonna put it on anybody else in that company, it's got to be Willow Nightingale.
100%.
So my question is, what are they gonna do with Tekla at All In? Because she definitely deserves to be there. She's had a hell of a year. She should be on the card.
Beats me right now, but we could see anything. I feel like at this point she has anywhere to go. She could go for a rematch. She could start a new feud. She has like I'd love to see that become a
triple threat.
Yeah, that would work too.
But I don't know if it's. But as of recording this, recording this on the 9th. So they have exactly exactly 3 weeks to figure out what Tekla's going to do. I would
Yeah.
love to see her be put in this matchup and it made a triple threat, but I'd also love to see her and I guess at this point Sky Blue versus Divine Dominion because Julia Hart's in Japan doing
Yeah, that's right.
something for Stardom.
Yeah, because
But
there's a bunch of, or there's like a big New Japan event coming up, right?
she's there, and then Takeshita and Gabe Kidd are doing the G1 Climax right now.
Okay.
So those two are neutralized. Again, another two people I would have loved to see it all in, but both of them are really good fits for New Japan.
Yeah, right.
So I'm still okay watching that. I can't wait to see what Gabe Kidd does when he does get back because I'm assuming we're going to get a triple threat match. We're going to get a trios run for the dogs when he gets back.
Yeah, probably. Main event for Redemption, there was a ton of storytelling here. Kenny Omega would retain the championship against his match with Kevin Knight. Afterwards, the Death Riders attack. Ospreay comes in to try and stop the Death Riders from attacking them further. Then Moxley gets a chair out to try and get Will Ospreay to use the chair. And then he won't do that. And then he gets out the bag, the suffocating bag that he's used in the past. Tries to get Will to do that to his friend. He won't. He rips it in half. And then afterwards, he threatens the Death Riders and they retreat. And so, hey, everything's good, right? Omega and Ospreay are friends. They won't hurt each other, whatever. No. Omega comes up, hits Ospreay with the one-winged angel to wrap up the show. And holds the title above him.
And Ospreay, when he gets up, he walks away and says, "Game on."
Mm-hmm.
Anything is up for grabs. This is going to be... I'm really excited where the story goes.
Dave Meltzer is pissing his pants right now over
Dave Meltzer's
and Ospreay.
We're gonna get a 7-star match.
Who knows? Who knows? How you know?
How do you know? But I'll tell you what I know. Raquel Rodriguez won the Women's Intercontinental title.
Yes. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. And she got a custom belt this week.
Oh, that's right.
The Intercontinental title now has barbed wire on it for some reason.
Yeah, that is
because it's been around her legs or it's been on her gear since she returned. I never noticed because I didn't look that intricately at Raquel Rodriguez's gear.
Where does Sol Ruca go from here?
I mean, she's been having a little bit of she's had a rocky start. I think it's fair to say that her main roster start has been a little rocky. It's had its ups, it's had its downs. But
I was going to say, because I mean, when you do think about it, she beat Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title.
I'm not saying she didn't do anything impressive. She definitely did. She was the Women's Intercontinental Champion. She won that belt from the biggest women's star in the company. So, I'm not saying what she did wasn't incredibly impressive, but I'm saying, her in-ring work, she's had a couple of problems in-ring for what she's done the past couple of weeks. I've seen a report or two. It was probably a Dave Meltzer one, so I don't know how true it is, but that a couple of higher-ups weren't overly impressed with in-ring from Ruca. But I digress. I like Sol Ruca a lot. I'd love to see them push her to a main title feud. She has a match next week with a mystery opponent against the Judgment Day, which I can only assume is one of 4 people. That being, one of 3 people, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That being either Becky Lynch, who returned. We'll get to that. Becky Lynch, Stephanie Vaquer. I'll just say it now. Becky Lynch, who returned. Stephanie Vaquer, who returned. Or Lola Vice, who is probably not going to be in NXT for much longer.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Or I mean, there's a bunch of there were some call-ups that we'll get to later, but I definitely think Raw needs a new challenger for the World Championship, the Women's World Championship. I almost said heavyweight, but they don't have that in the title and whatever.
But maybe we will because we have somebody that hasn't been in the who's been in the mid-card title for the past year and a half. And will now be moving back up to the World Championship division, where I'm surprised she hasn't been the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that is so true.
The past couple of months in Becky Lynch.
Liv Morgan's title reign has been atrocious. And so
she's defended it once in 100 days. This is Roman Reigns' level of not showing up at work or not defending your title.
I guess, but I guess the whole point is like with Roman, it's like at least the matches were big and like had impact, and the 4-year reign and all that stuff.
I'm excited to see more excited to see a Roman Reigns match than I am a Liv Morgan match. Now, if this was a Stephanie Vaquer or a Becky Lynch who had 100 days with one title reign, would make complete sense. Well, maybe not Stephanie. She's great in the ring, but I love seeing her matches. But like I'm saying, if this was Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, maybe even maybe if it was Trish Stratus who came back and won a title, that would make tons of sense where it would be 100 days and she defended it one time. That would make total sense. Versus Liv Morgan, who is there every single week.
Liv Morgan, who gets thrown into Queen of the Ring for some reason as a champion.
And she's wrestling pretty frequently on television.
That's the other thing.
So it's not like it's something that hasn't...
It's not like you're anticipating the next match. And when it's just another match against Io, and once again, this is no disrespect to any of them.
Io. We love Io.
Yeah, it's just that Io's tried for the title multiple times and has also had the title multiple times. It's not like you're bringing anything new. So waiting 100 days for something we've seen before.
I feel like Sol Ruca and Io were, up until this week, the only two faces in the women's division on Monday Night Raw.
I mean, Judgment Day's all heel.
Lyra's a heel.
Bayley's
the Judgment Day's all heel. Bayley is AWOL. Asuka's gone. Kyrie's not
gone.
In the company. There's no one. There's two faces on Raw. It needs to be shaken up, is what I'm trying to get at here. The women's division WWE needs to do a superstar shakeup now.
Well,
now would be a great time to do it.
On the topic of faces, there is a new face on NXT, and he is also sort of an old face, that being Grayson Waller.
My guy. I freaking love Grayson Waller so much. I think he has incredible talent, and he's been misused for the past 2 years of his career. I'm so excited.
And he rips on the company about that.
He was this was and there's CM Punk's pipe bomb, there's MJF's pipe bomb, there's Waller's pipe bomb. He's very up here in terms of, oh my god, I can't believe he just said that.
Where do you put the Cena pipe bomb?
Ooh, see the Cena one,
because it was great, but
it's pretty up there. He does name drop Claudio, and he does name drop Ziggler, and he name drops Cardona, who wasn't in the company at the time. That was a big one too. I don't know. I think that might be right up there with Waller. I feel like they're right here.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I just think that
might be
saying get off your phones and get in the ring and whatever to the NXT locker room, that is crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? To be completely honest, he does have a point.
He's got a total point. He has
right a point
about everything. I'm so pumped about Grayson Waller in NXT. And I hope that eventually, I just hope that he doesn't end up looping around NXT for 3 years. I hope this is a setup for a big run to reinvent him and move him to the main roster.
Yeah, I feel like he really only needs probably a year down there, if that.
Maybe, I was gonna say maybe not even depending on how it goes.
He just has to find a character that isn't cocky Australian man. Now it's very angry, cocky, and fed up with a spot in the company Australian man. So I'm excited to see. He has his first match with this new character next week. So I'm hoping they let him keep it, but I don't know if he's going to keep the say-so theme.
I just thought it's something hilarious because we talked about it a bit 2 weeks ago. Imagine he just drops the accent.
Yeah, he's just
What
not
happened to your
Australian.
accent? Yeah,
Yeah, he's
and
just
it's like
not
an
Australian.
actual. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, next thing you know, we show up next week and like no one has any accents anymore. Everyone's just speaking just incredible, just as American as they possibly can. We go over to AEW, Ospreay speaking like as like a
He doesn't say
Texan.
bruv anymore.
Yeah, he's speaking like a Texan. Like he's like, "Howdy there, Kenny." Like
On the topic of Will Ospreay, he has left the Death Riders, handed his patch back at the start of the Dynamite show. That being said, we still get some little inklings of certain things later on in the week. But later on in the show, the Demand wins the Trios titles.
that was short-lived. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Good for them, I guess.
Yeah, they did.
Transitional champions, though.
Yeah, it was kind of out of nowhere. But how long did Conglomeration have it before this?
They had it for like.
It was a pretty.
They had it for a long while. They beat the Dogs for it, who again were only had the titles for 9 days.
Yeah,
So,
I was
like,
gonna
it's
say
not
when
like-
when this first happened, obviously the result is a little bit odd, but like this was a pretty notable title change.
Yeah, this was huge because the Conglomeration have had the titles for God knows how long
Yeah.
at that point, and now it's on the Demand, who have done like how many matches have they really had as a team, like as in trios matches? It has not been many. It's been mostly been Ricochet on his own and the other two tagging.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't hear you over Ricochet's bald head. Anyway, later in the show, to wrap everything up, Omega and Ospreay cut promos on each other in which Omega starts slapping Ospreay in the face, and then eventually they just go full out trading blows to end the show. And so that whole friendship dynamic, I think it's fair to say, is just torn apart at this point.
But you know what isn't a friendship dynamic that has not been torn apart? The Motor City Machine Guns debut the next night on Dynamite. Well,
Yes.
Dynamite on Collision.
Collision,
Woohoo!
yeah. Another Thursday night special Collision again.
And now they won't screw up their pyro. Raise your fist.
Oh,
Boom, boom.
yeah, where the...
Dang
Yeah,
it.
I've always wondered about that, because that took away so much, because obviously the theme wasn't great anyway, but the pyro always setting off at the wrong time.
Have you seen the TikTok of the guy who's pretending to be the pyro guy for
No.
WWE during their entrance? He's like you'll hear he'll hit
he's
it
falling
twice
asleep.
long and he just goes he's like concentrating really hard. He messes it up. Dang it. Dang it!
like
Just
like
starts,
playing Rhythm Heaven or something like that.
Yeah, then he gets the last two right. He just goes, and then he's like, ugh.
There wasn't
We got the last two.
there wasn't too much crazy notable from the Collision show. So afterwards in TNA, Alpha Sigma is backstage during an AJ Francis segment.
Like what?
I
It's
mean,
just like-
I get it because of the connection, because BDE was there, and so, you know, Brent Oakley and the rest of Alpha Sig is there, so, like, I guess that kind of makes sense, and AJ Francis has
I want
the
Chris
connection.
Danger on TNA television now.
Oh my goodness, I want him on anything. He hasn't even been wrestling on the indies recently, and it makes me mad, because he had a great
he's-
feud with BDE.
I think he's like hurt or something. I don't know. I'd have to look it
no,
up.
I mean... to be fair, he has
Or he
a
might be
lot
taking
going
a
on
break.
in his life. Yeah, if I actually do know, like right after that, his wife had a miscarriage, and so
Okay, so
there
that
was
would
some-
that would do it. That
yeah,
would do it.
I
But
I
I'd
was
love
just
to see
kinda-
him get back in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I would too, because
Could you imagine like the free agent that Stone is talking to is just Chris Danger? That's the most out of left field thing they could possibly do, but it would be so freaking
Wait.
cool if they did it.
hold on, free agent that Robert Stone was talking to, Robert Stone.
So this
Or what are you
week on
talking about?
NXT, I'm gonna jump just a little bit because
Okay.
it just works. So this week on NXT, Cruz Montana is going to go talk to Stone, and Stone is on the phone. He's like, "Oh, you're a free agent? Okay, we definitely need to talk about next week, or like about the future." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Cruz, next week you guys are going to be going 1-on-1 for the number one contenders match." So
Oh yeah,
so-
they mentioned that. Was
So
there
he's on the
another-
phone with a free agent, during this. So the most out of left field, awesome, but out of left field thing they could possibly do is make it Chris Danger and make it the coolest thing they've ever done.
Just randomly inserted into this Waller feud.
Well, that would be just so cool. Like,
yeah. I wrote down that segment. I didn't even think about
I could see it being like, something. I would be surprised if, like, because I'm thinking about free agents that are out right now. I'd be shocked if it was not Marashade.
I mean, yeah, because they didn't say that it was necessarily related to the whole men's division thing. So it would. Yeah. But why would Jakara Jackson be in NXT? Why wouldn't she go? Because I think what would be awesome is if they turned Lash Legend face, have her turn on Nia Jax, and remake the whole Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend thing.
Well, because now we need another challenger for Kalani another challenger for Kendall Gray that is not named Kalani Jordan or Izzy Dame. Yeah. And after that, you really only have, Lizzie Rain, Ren Sinclair, and Zarya.
I mean, so that's three names. That's three names more than you can name for, the Raw roster. So.
True. But I'd say if they're going to do the Jakara Jackson thing, they have to at least set up something with Nia.
Yeah.
And they haven't set up anything with Nia. But
they were setting up something with Nia and Chelsea, and then something happened, and we'll get that later. But
back to TNA, Jason Hotch wins the international title from Mustafa Ali.
Yeah! Let's go. Let's go. More Order 4 controversy.
Great feel-good moments these last couple of weeks in wrestling.
Yet at the same time, we've had so much awful BS.
Oh, we've had so much awful crap, too. We had so much awful crap, too.
There's so much bad news as well. Did we? Oh, no. Never mind. That's later. Sorry. Oh, actually, it's right now is when we talk about SummerSlam. There was, literally nothing notable about SmackDown.
Yeah, no, nothing happened. Yeah,
the end of the I was wondering, I was like, wait, we skipped SmackDown, and then I remembered nothing happened on SmackDown.
The only thing that was any sort of notable that happened was Nick Aldis signed away his duties as Actually, no, that wasn't even
on SmackDown.
That was the week before. Never mind. Nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing happened.
Punk and Cody brawled to end the show, and I think that was the next week. That was this week. That where there was a Damian Priest segment, but anyways, nothing happened on SmackDown. It was so horrible.
There was one thing. The tag match between the Viking Raiders and Wepa Up retain. I think that was this week.
No, they didn't. No, it wasn't. That was last week, and it was a DQ.
It did happen. It did happen, during this thing, because this is the SmackDown before SummerSlam. So it did happen that week.
It was title for title. It ended in a no contest. And then the
MFTs get involved.
Yeah.
Because the MFT get involved, who have Haku.
Yeah, they do have Haku. That's right. That was kind of cool. But besides that,
Haku.
The whole tag thing didn't resolve in any way. So you can't really...
Nothing resolved. So I guess nothing happened except the MFTs have Haku now.
Yeah, going on to SummerSlam, Liv Morgan retains. Nothing really too notable about the match, like we were saying. The Bloodline lose to Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys, and LA Knight, and Solo runs it back at the beginning of the match.
He starts with the yeeting, and then he progressively just starts turning it into doing the DX cross stuff.
That is true, and dude... I want to just briefly talk about the Raw segment from that same week where he comes out
Solo Dolo Sikoa.
Pew pew bow. Here, you got the Bloodline in the ring, and here comes knockoff Weekend Thursday Night walking down the steps. Here comes. Talking about some pew pew bow. We're gonna keep doing this stupid crap. Sit here for 30 minutes, do this stupid crap.
Oh my god.
My favorite wrestler Thursday Night, bro. Let's go.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Thursday night Solo Dodo Sikoa.
Babyface Solo is amazing.
Oh my god, he's hilarious. We finally found a member of that family that's funnier than Jay. That is not named Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Sorry that I'm lagging. I accidentally opened Spotify. Give me a moment.
Nice. Gunther beats Nick Aldis, who came out to Morning Glory by Oasis, which was
such
awesome.
a cool entrance, and that whole
so awesome.
Biblical Michael Cole.
Nick Aldis had a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Hell of a match. I would have loved to see him become a wrestler full time. I was a little bummed that they didn't.
Why did they give him the GM duty back, bro? And it had to be Triple H in the segment too, just to add salt in the wound.
Just because they couldn't keep affording Oasis for more than one night.
I'm sure it's more than that. Well, they could just give him like Free Ride or something. That would be cool.
No,
but
they could just give him the song that he used in NWA that they have in WWE 2K26. Because he is a playable character in that game, which is kind of awesome.
Fatal Influence go on to beat Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, and Paige. Paige takes the pin. The Bellas turn heel, but during the match, Brie Bella got injured, and so we're probably not going to get anything from this feud.
You gotta.
Yeah.
We were gonna get AJ Lee versus Paige. Well, we were gonna get AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins. That would have been a rematch from WrestleMania 31.
You started to sound like I Show Speed when he cries for a moment. But it's just, this is what we were talking about, where like there was some unfortunate news as well.
You have great feel-good moments, and then you have stuff like this.
Yeah. To wrap up night one, this wasn't. I keep forgetting this wasn't the main event because it kind of felt like it was compared to the actual main event. But that being said, CM Punk beats Cody Rhodes, and a returning Randy Orton mid-match is what cost Cody the title.
So it was a good match, but like I feel like that match probably went on for 5 or 10 minutes longer than it really needed.
Part of me understands that. However, first off, with how quick all the other matches were on the card.
Yeah, I think it's partially that makes me feel that way.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that happened, why did CM Punk attempt a moonsault in this match?
I forgot about that. I mean, it was... I don't know exactly why, but someone
was to pay tribute to Dory Funk, but... Like... It was something like that. It was either
I was gonna say Dory Funk.
It was Terry. It was for Terry.
Yeah, and then Dory passed away like 3 days later. With that whole moonsault thing, I'm pretty sure someone put up a clip of like an old thing of him doing a moonsault, and it resulted the exact same. Like it was the picture perfect botch. I think it was in AEW.
It looked very Bam Bam Bigelow-esque for the moonsault, though. Like, because he didn't just go full, like, backwards. He kind of went over the shoulder. It was kind of cool. Punk's moonsault
it was really cool that he completely missed Cody. That was awesome.
He did completely miss Cody and would have landed on Cody's back. But still. Randy Orton is back. Woo!
On my end, your mic cut out when you did that, but that's just the noise suppression. But yeah, that is a good return, and all that's good, and excited for the future, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Orton's like, even with his time away, he's completing feuds. Finally, Oba
was probably the most underwhelming Hell in a Cell match I've ever watched. Minus Fiend versus Rollins at Hell in a Cell. That doesn't count.
That one, like, and that was a main event too, which is insane. But yeah, Oba Femi beats Brock Lesnar. He kicks out of a pile driver and then hits Fall from Grace, and that's the entire match.
Brock was wearing arm pads for this match for some odd reason.
Maybe because he took the Fall from Grace. Although he didn't even take that on the wood.
I think that bump was supposed to be on the wood.
Maybe.
Because you could see him at the end kind of look over at the wood.
I don't know, but like, yeah, this was a match that going into, because the last Hell in a Cell match was Punk and McIntyre, I think.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I was like, how are they going to build off of this? They got these two behemoths. And that's another thing.
The only way they could have topped that was one of them going through the top of the cell.
Do you know what annoys me? And also, I'm not saying that they were going to top it. But that being said, I thought they'd at least get somewhat close to matching it. What annoys me is all the hype. That Paul Heyman saying, this is going to be violent. Bro, what? We didn't get anything from it, really, besides the torches passed and Oba basically squashed Brock, besides a few F5s.
Yeah, we didn't get a ton out of it. That's for true.
My theory is this, and probably a lot of the other matches were shortened last second.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. But then the next night, I felt like all the matches on night 2 were much longer.
Night 2 of SummerSlam, we start out with the number 1 contenders match for the world title. Again. Sami Zayn does get screwed, and he's gonna kill a bunch of water bottles. But
and
first,
Finn Balor.
Yeah, and Balor. But like, let's explain why. Gunther is added to the match, and then Kevin Owens is added to the match. He's back. Which, guess what? Guess what? Stupid WWE can't keep a secret, and they keep leaking this shit.
They leaked that and Orton, like, on the Friday before.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't even hear about Orton. But that being said...
Yeah, I just saw one that said, it was just like, SmackDown is very close to getting Randy Orton and Kevin Owens back. I'm like, well, I've got a really good feeling about tonight.
Yeah, when the Owens thing happened, I forgot about it. But afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, wasn't there a report about this that he was like cleared to come back somehow or something like that? And yeah, there was.
It was very much dumb.
Well, Kevin Owens wins the match. That's
great decision.
Great decision overall. Does kind of suck for Finn Balor because, hoping to see that streak going. And, but
please let Finn win a world title. Please, Paul.
Dude, I would take any singles title, but yeah.
I'm crying, man. Please give him
at least a match after the Punk one. At least a match.
Also, we watched this together on a call. And I know we didn't live stream it, but the two of us did watch this together on a call.
Yeah, we did.
This next one, both of us were kind of confused. Baron Corbin wins the U.S. title off a trick.
Yeah, it's odd. However, we gotta let it play out.
Yeah, especially after what happened this week on SmackDown.
I gotta say, though, on WWE Radio, Booker T got to call Trick's entrance for the first time in like 2 years.
What?
And yeah, that was sick. I like it. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man.
Chelsea Green wins the ladder match for the women's world title.
Yay! I'm happy about it. We have some bad.
The two of us were so happy when this happened.
Oh goodness!
I wish we were able to stream this because the two of us were so incredibly happy.
You know who else was happy? Matt Cardona done lost his mind on social media afterwards. My hot wife is the new champion. He said.
Sounds like Matt Cardona on Twitter.
Yep.
And then he posted a picture. He said, the women's interim world champ is here. It's him holding the belt.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
Cardona.
that. I didn't see the caption, but I saw the picture. Danhausen win back the human monies in his match against Dominic Mysterio, which was kind of... the
internet hated this match.
Yeah, the internet hated it. It was a fun match and whatever. I guess the thing that I'm taking away from this is I feel like this kind of hurts Dom a tiny bit. Not too much because we're talking about a human
this guy's
money.
The AAA Mega Champion.
Yeah, AAA Mega Champion.
AAA Mega Champion, a former two-time Intercontinental Champion, was the second to last person to beat John Cena in a singles match the last person to beat him at a PLE, by the way.
Last person to win a title off of him.
But this really does hurt Dom a little bit.
My big takeaway, though, from it is the fact that it's not a normal match. It's a human monies on a pole.
It's a human monies on a pole. Like, what the hell is going on?
Like a lot of people are saying this is burying Dom. Like, if it was Danhausen versus Brock Lesnar, I wouldn't say Brock Lesnar losing that match is hurting his career. But like, it's a human monies on a pole match. You're racing.
So would you be saying the same thing if it was like Braun Breaker or Obafemi?
Yes.
I would not.
I personally would, because you're climbing the turnbuckle to grab a bag of money. You're not trying to pin and beat down your opponent. I guess the whole point is that with Dominic Mysterio, he's going to be fine.
Yeah, he's still going to get the crazy heat where he can't say a damn word he can't say a word on the microphone and everybody boos him. But
this shouldn't
still
be
a little bit.
It's a little iffy, but like it's human monies on a pole match. I wasn't like, if I'll put it to you this way. If Dom won that, where do we go from there?
Yeah, that kind of does bury all of Danhausen's. Like, I knew going in
it doesn't really bury
Danhausen.
The problem is the fact that Danhausen won't let this human monies thing go. So, what's the next story? You know? This actually feels like a correct ending.
Yes. I mean, I knew Danhausen was going to win this match. I feel like that was an obvious choice from the beginning.
Yeah.
And also, Joe Hendry runs it on this match. We didn't talk about that.
That's right.
Joe Hendry and Minniehausens.
Minniehausens, Judgment Day, everyone.
The half the locker room comes out to help with this match. It's like
Invisible Man comes out and slams Danhausen. No, just kidding.
Yeah, actually, in this match, we do get to see the return of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who does come into this match.
Chad Gable wins the Intercontinental title in his hometown.
Another feel-good moment.
Yes, it was awesome. It was emotional. It's amazing to see him do it. There's just two things. First off, Free Ride is his theme.
Oh, is my brother in the house? I'm going to go see if my brother's in the house to see what he thinks of Free Ride.
Oh, goodness.
Because I did get to show him the entrance, so I'll be right back. Look who I found, man.
Oh, my goodness, it's the Mace.
Look who I found.
Mason Ryan himself is in the building.
On the headset. Are we rolling? Yes, we're rolling. All right.
What is up? Welcome to Locked Up.
Henry, ask him the question.
How do you think,
boss?
or what do you think of Free Ride? The Chad Gable theme and his clapping on 1 and 3 and that ringing through. He just won the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, and it's ringing through the entire stadium with everyone celebrating. How do you feel?
Yeah, that was one of the worst things I've ever had. Displeasure of hearing.
Yeah.
It was.
And the clapping on 1 and 3.
It was the AI freaking slop.
Mm-hmm.
Clapping on 1 and 3. It was gross. It was disgusting. It was just
everything in between.
It was the worst. It was everything that should be illegal in the United States. Honestly.
Quite frankly, we're gonna put an end to this. Quite frankly,
we're gonna put an end to this AI garbage theme song.
Okay, well,
that was terrible.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mason. There's a song by Ween called "Poop Ship Destroyer."
Ooh. That's tough.
So if you ever want to take a ride on the poop ship,
that should be Gable's scene.
Yeah, honestly, Poop Ship Destroyer might be better. I hope you keep this in because this is an actual song that exists.
To put a pile of poop on top of this match, because it was good, but you had to ruin it. No, not Shield. The fact that
the Mug
Root Beer mascot comes in the ring to celebrate with Jordan and his family. Chad Gable brings his kids in the ring and his wife to hug it out and cry, and it's the most amazing thing. And here comes Mug Root Beer
They ruined such a nice, beautiful moment of Chad Gable celebrating his first singles titles win with his family by having a Mug Root Beer mascot come to the ring, and then Chad Gable slams a Mug Root Beer in the center of the ring. What the hell is going on? What happened to the sport that I love?
Well, the other pile of poop is Reigns beating Seth Rollins in the Shield Memorial match.
It's the Shield fist.
It's the Shield chair. He literally said,
we counted in this match how many times the Shield will be mentioned or referenced. 12 times. I don't know how long. How long was the match? Hold up.
It was. I mean, it was bad. The match was good. It's a fine end to everything, but first off, it would have been kind of good for Seth Rollins if he could win it. But also...
It was 33 minutes.
Yeah. So literally every other minute there was a Shield reference.
Yes. Every other minute they would reference the Shield, do something that was one of the things the Shield would do, or Michael Cole would say, it's the Shield fist on commentary.
He literally word for word said, it's the Shield chair. So shout out Deadlock.
And yelled Shield Bomb multiple times.
Shield Bomb! Shield Bomb!
Shield Bomb! Shield Bomb! Dude, come on.
That being said, we do end with one good moment from all of this, which is they do the fist thing in the ring, but also they put that mask that Seth entered in the middle, and that symbolizes Dean Ambrose, we would have to assume. And so, it's
Roman
nice.
and Seth are joining the Death Riders. That's what that means.
That's not what that means. Raw after SummerSlam. This is our first full show that we're going to cover. And we start off with Roman Reigns is here. He just kind of arrives out of the stadium, does his 2-hour walk down and everything, and then does another 2-hour walk down to the ring. And he kind of talks about nothing, and LA Knight enters and just steals all the stardom.
Yankee, Oscar, uniform. Sierra, uniform. Charlie, Kilo, you suck. That's such a great line.
That was awesome. Along with just, once again, amazing on the mic. And he wants the world title, and come on.
Unfortunately, they're not going to have LA Knight beat Roman Reigns. It's just not something that WWE's going to let happen.
But a man can dream. A man can dream.
Love it if he did.
Yeah.
If Roman, because they already set up this tournament, so there's no way they're going to just make it so LA Knight wins and this tournament's all screwed up. But I could genuinely see Penta beating Roman Reigns in Mexico City for the title. I can genuinely see that. I can't with anybody else in that tournament except maybe Rey Fenix, but he's not even on Monday Night Raw, so I don't even think I could see that. Javon Evans versus Ethan Page happens. Javon Evans jumps over a referee during this match, hits an OG cutter on Ethan Page to win, and then Big Cass comes back.
I don't know what
Big Cass
to
shows
say
up in this match and attacks Javon Evans, which I was really hoping he would show up with Enzo.
Yeah, but that being said, we've only seen one appearance from him.
Maybe
so
he's the free agent. Maybe Enzo's the free agent in NXT.
Oh, I thought you were saying Big Cass. I was like,
No.
Okay, I was going to say that would be confusing.
Roman Reigns is pissed at the Bloodline for losing. The Bloodline are not allowed to touch LA Knight. And then LA Knight shows up to rage bait.
And, dude, this is what I mean, where it's
top tier.
I feel like it's the perfect time, and everyone's talked about this for 3 years now.
Oh, you can't.
But this is the time to put the title on him, because he's in every segment and he's gold.
Yeah, he's like, I was told your butt. Your daddy back there
you're a little sugar daddy back there.
And he's literally doing the nana boo boo. You can't touch me.
He's doing it in front of Fatu, who he's had so much history with as well.
And Jay. He does it directly to Jay.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I think it was just Jay and Jimmy because then we go back to the locker room and it is Jacob Fatu and he's crying, which is something we don't. I mean, Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, showing emotion is interesting because I mean, when you think about it,
Showing an emotion that isn't. I am incredibly pissed off. Like,
or just
any
a
other
maniac.
animation. Any other emotion is animation. I can't speak. But any other emotion is completely different for Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Because when was the last time you saw him show any emotion other than I'm very angry or...
I will say, I did get to see him jumping on his tippy toes when he met the Boogeyman. So that was
I did see that.
That was pretty cool.
That was out of character. I just got scared by the Boogeyman.
Yeah, right. That's fair.
Royce versus Jacob is announced for the main event in a street fight.
And Fatu in the promo during this says that the bloodline is his only family. And so he's like fully past, well, he's saying that he's past everything with Royce, but that being said, he's literally crying.
And Solo and the NFTs. But he's been past for a while. But and then we get a Liv promo from the greatest women's world champion of all.
Yeah, she makes sure to say this like 7 times. She says she's going. Are you still? I can't hear it. So I.
Time.
All right, whatever. She says she's gonna be the longest reigning champion of all time.
Nope, not of all time. Not of all time. Let me turn off my noise suppression for this one. Where is it?
Oh.
Where is it? Hold up. Wait a minute. I gotta go to my settings. There we go. The women's world champion. The longest women's world champion of all...
I still can't hear it.
It's still not going. Of all time.
Whatever. So Ruka enters for her match against Roxanne Perez after Liv just talks about some random stuff. This is when we do see Raquel's barbed wire title. Liv Morgan enters and causes a DQ, and there's a post-match attack in which then Becky Lynch enters to sort of save the day. She cuts
and
a
says
promo.
A fantastic line.
What did she say during her promo? I don't think I...
You're not even the greatest women's champ to sleep with Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Which was cut out of the Netflix edited version.
Wait, really? Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
I didn't go back to
cut it out.
Liv says something about Becky. Oh, yeah. She's like, shouldn't you be at home being a mother to your child and all this stuff? So there's a lot of personal lines that were thrown around in this. Then Stephanie Vaquer returns, attacks the Judgment Day. Let's go. Attacks the Judgment Day. This is just like
the feel-good episode of, for the most part, of Locked Up. That might be the title of this video.
No.
Just the best episode of...
No.
The happiest episode we've ever had.
Because once we get to SmackDown, it's all going to be depression.
It is, but for the most part, this episode's been very happy. And it hasn't been most of the time us complaining.
Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer face off in the ring and are talking to each other about the title and all that stuff.
Which they say, and this is mentioned on commentary, Stephanie Vaquer says, "Stay out of my way" to Becky Lynch, and Becky says, "Or what?"
Number 1 contenders match, probably.
Please.
And you know what? You know what? Please make it the main event of Raw.
Please.
And the reason I say that is because when was the last time that WWE has done a main event for women? Because AEW has been doing it on almost every show.
Yeah?
I can't think of one. Because they've done, like, women's...
They did not Dynamite this week.
Well, yeah, AEW. I mean WWE, though. Because with WWE, I can't think of one time recently... Because they've been doing...
On the main roster, specifically.
Yeah, on the main roster, of course.
NXT, the women's main event, pretty frequently.
Yeah, well, because, like Waller said, the NXT male roster is soft and needs to get off their phones. But that being...
It's not very strong at the moment, because I call everybody up.
Yeah, with Raw and SmackDown, they'll end it with a women's match, but then they'll put some random male promo at the end.
Bloodline promo.
Yeah, a Bloodline promo, Cody promo, Punk promo, contract
Randy
signing.
promo.
It's
Randy promo.
dumb. Well, Randy promos like.
But Randy promo's cool because we love Randy.
Well, yeah, we love
Cody Punk.
We love Cody
Bloodline
Punk.
too,
Yeah,
so.
exactly. The point is just,
We hate contract signings though.
we hate contract signings. That is true.
We
Yes.
look, we all hate contract signings. I'm gonna turn my.
There's a Brock Lesnar tribute after this. Which, first off, we've done this 3 times after each match that he's had. Secondly, reminder
Pick a match to retire in, dang it.
Yeah, but also, we're not gonna gloss over the legal stuff, right? Like, I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I don't want it to get too personal or anything.
I'm gonna hold my tongue.
But that being said, they're trying to make us forget. Yet they buried Vince McMahon, but now they're like talking about bringing him back. So I don't know what's going on. But this is starting to get disgusting at a certain point where it's like, okay, we get it. You had your retirement stuff at Mania, and then you're getting extra flowers and brownie points here. And it's like, shut up. Go away.
To be fair, he is Brock Lesnar, but still.
Yeah, I get that. But here's another thing. He is Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get the point. We know that he's been wrapped up in some stuff. So like, why are we anyway? We go back to Paul Heyman and Obafemi. Obafemi tells Paul Heyman to tell Brock thank you from him, and Paul says congratulations, and it's all nice and heartwarming and all that, and feel good again.
Femi has a short little thank you Brock promo, goes to leave, and has a stare down with Braun Breaker.
And this is ahead of Braun Breaker's match against Joe Hendry, because that's
who gets jobbed out very quickly.
Yeah, and here's what I'll say about this, right? I don't mind it because realistically, I think it's fair to say that Braun would beat Joe. But that being said, this is a former TNA champion. This is someone with a lot of accolades. And this is a little bit of a problem because I just feel like every person that they've had with TNA, like in this, since they've started the partnership, they're just jobbing them.
Yeah, they have done. Jordan Grace has done nothing. She had a short little feud with Jade Cargill, but that was stopped when she got hurt.
They had Trick Williams win the TNA.
Trick Williams was a TNA champion. Kalani Jordan was a TNA Women's World Champion. The only time a TNA superstar won a NXT belt was the Hardys, because they're the damn Hardys.
That's basically all that happened, and then like Cardona's back,
which makes me scared for the future of Cruz Montana.
Oh, that's a really good point.
It scares me.
I feel like the only thing is I feel like besides the Hardys, but that doesn't even like really count. That Cruz Montana, Mike Santana, is probably
Strawberry Banana. Lake is in 5. Mike Santana, Cruz Montana, Strawberry Banana. Lake is in 5.
This is so dumb. This is dumb. My point is,
we're the greatest wrestling podcast.
My point is, they're probably the most important person to come from TNA to WWE during this partnership, besides the Hardys.
Yeah.
And even then, that wasn't permanent.
I would still say Joe Hendry, probably, because when he made his debut in NXT, he was the most over person on the planet.
Yeah, and I agree too with that.
And when Jordan Grace returned, she was like when she showed up in the Royal Rumble with the TNA Knockouts World Championship.
Yeah.
Actually, it still might have been Impact, but still. Like, they did that with Mickie James, which is different because she's Mickie James. This is...
Sorry, it has not been... It's been TNA again for longer than you think.
You're probably right, but I know with the Impact
I know it was the TNA Knockouts champion.
But still,
anyway,
it's different when it's Mickie James because she's Mickie James. She's a legend in both companies. That's different. This is Jordan Grace, who I had not seen up until that Royal Rumble, and then I saw a TNA Women's World Championship about her belt. Her waist. I was like, oh shit, this is about to go down. And then I learned who she was afterwards.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like Jordan Grace is, like, a perfect fit for WWE on paper. Like, she's exactly what they look for. Massive, buff people who can throw people around.
I was listening to Busted Open. Was it Busted Open?
WWE Busted
I was
Open
listening
radio.
to WWE Radio. It was Bully Ray and
Busted Open.
Okay, that's I couldn't remember, but he was saying, well, she's not strong anymore, and which first off is crazy to me, but also he was sort of making a point. He was sort of making a point though about how, if they do bring her back seriously for SmackDown, they got to do something completely different with her.
What? Not big, strong lady?
The point is, it's not that, but what he was saying was, like, you can't just do the same Juggernaut thing because you did that to start, and then now she's gone. You got to make up something for the reason why she was gone or something like that.
And the fact that you can't use a Juggernaut character when she's on the same brand as Jade Cargill, who looks like she was molded by like a freaking Greek god.
Yeah, and you could even say, and obviously injury, but you could even say the same thing with Rhea Ripley or
Bianca. Bianca Belair.
I mean, Bianca's been gone for so long to the point where it's kind of like, but I guess, like, you could even say like Lash Legend or something like that, where it's
Nia
just
Jax.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say was Nia too. So it's tough to get that character.
Raquel.
Really well. That's on Raw, but either way, I totally get your point and all that.
Honestly, moving her to Raw might be the best idea.
Yeah.
Because then she could actually
get over.
They need a face on Raw.
Yep.
But
that's the other thing, is that he was talking about putting her in as a heel and all this stuff and whatever. Let's focus on Braun Breaker and Joe Hendry, because my goodness, we're getting sidetracked. Austin Theory was put in the match and then got thrown away, and then Braun Spear won. Theory attacks, and then Akira Tozawa comes out of nowhere and clears away Theory.
Yeah,
because Braun walked off.
Because Breaker was just pissed. Spears him, didn't even take his shirt off, I don't even think, and walked away.
Yeah, because he was so distracted by Oba at the beginning of everything. Yeah, Akira Tozawa clears out Austin Theory and holds his own, which is like,
is going on?
It's weird well, here's the thing. WWE has done so much, I don't want to say bad with Akira, because Akira's great at playing the role he does. But that being said, people don't realize how nasty. Good, like, he's legitimately a great wrestler and has been for a long time before he came to WWE. And so when something like this happens, this is great, but people don't believe it anymore because of what we've done to the character.
I agree, 100%.
Then when Theory is walking away and Maxine is holding him, Theory says to Akira, "You're lucky she's holding me back." Like, realistically.
Like, shut up, dude. You're the Abby Bappy Bottles guy. Shut up.
Oh, that was crazy.
I miss you, Theory Pill.
So then we go backstage, and Big
do you
Cass is getting an interview in which he doesn't blink.
Yeah, I don't think, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think he did blink in that entire promo.
Yeah, he's
Here to
just...
stack bodies.
Yeah, he says that the whole thing to Javon was nothing personal, and he's just
Nothing
coming
personal.
for everyone. Okay, all right, well.
Coming for everyone. Shut
Here
up!
comes Chad Gable for a promo.
Take a free ride.
Highway to the sky. He thanks Penta, and he says that Penta has the potential to be the greatest luchador in the history of WWE, which is crazy considering Rey Mysterio.
He's got potential.
Oh, he does, but he literally
Penta.
says to be the best luchador in the history of WWE.
I know. I'm still saying he's got potential. I didn't say he's going to, but I said he's got potential if they give him a world title match soon and get him out of the Intercontinental title division.
Yeah.
Which he's been stuck in for 2 years.
When you think about it, Ray held the title for like 2 minutes and then gave it up to Cena.
During this match, which, by the way, after saying the greatest luchador of all time, Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough come out, because of course they do. During this match, JD McDonough dies.
Well,
The
hold on.
Canadian
We
Destroyer.
need to talk about how we got to this match a little bit more, because Penta was also in the ring after that whole thing, and they announced that they're going to do a tag match against the Judgment Day. And then we get to this.
Yeah, JD McDonough dies
Yeah.
via Canadian Destroyer on the ground. It was gnarly. JD McDonough did a headstand. It was kind of awesome.
There's some crazy moments. But Dominic tries to win with his signature 619, in which he stuffs the timekeeper hammer into his big old boot. But Chad Gable blocks it, and then it's Chaos Theory and the win.
Yeah.
Yep. That's about...
I take a free ride.
Yeah.
Braun wants Oba and asks Heyman for him. Heyman doesn't know where he's at. Because Braun asked him because he said, and I quote, "I thought he was your new best friend."
Yeah, and that's all we get from that. They're backstage, and that was like... Yeah, that was weird, because we've already had tension with Paul Heyman and the Vision, because he said, "What do you need me for?" I have a feeling Paul Heyman's going to probably have another situation with MFT, sort of thing, where he gets put through a table and that's it. You know what I mean?
And looks like he hasn't shaved in 14 months.
Exactly.
And hasn't slept since.
Starts crying.
He looks like he hasn't slept since Roman lost the title.
Yeah. During this whole segment, in the back behind Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman, Lyra Valkyria and Adam Pearce are talking. What this may lead up to, I don't know. But this is interesting with all the rumors about Bayley.
We know
leaving.
that they have followed this up before, of these people are just talking backstage, as we did with Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree. So it's not like
and that
will just,
ended up happening like
this.
a week after you said, "Oh, they're not gonna do anything about this."
Yeah, no, I ate my words pretty quickly.
Royce Keys and Jacob Fatu in a street fight, baby! Fire me up!
Power slam through the barricade by Royce Keys. There was an avalanche, like Randy Orton style power slam, onto a bunch of chairs.
Mm-hmm. There were a bunch of amazing moments. Anything we talk about doesn't really sum up all the craziness in this match.
This is a match you gotta go watch. Jacob wins and then attempts murder.
Yeah, so Jacob starts hip attacking to Royce and then puts the chair around his face, keeps hitting the hip attack, and Royce Keys is bleeding from the mouth. Then Roman comes out to his theme song, "One to the Sky," and gives him a thumbs up and whatever.
Pretty much just says,
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, good job. You're like real bloodline now. And then he goes backstage, and that's it until we fade in backstage to horrible audio quality, by the way. But that being said, Rey Mysterio is here.
Just chilling.
Yeah, but then he says, I want to talk to you about AAA and all that stuff. And that's with what we were talking about earlier about the Roman tournament that we're getting. They didn't really... I mean, I don't know if on SmackDown they talked about it at the beginning of the show because, to be honest, the first 30 minutes of SmackDown I was listening to in the car.
NXT. Dungeon versus Thea Jada Parker. Thea Hale and Jada Parker. The Dungeon do a heart attack in this match, and Thea Hale and Jada Parker win off of Thea's new finisher, which they call Boing.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
What?
In this.
Which is... Boing, by the way, if this is your first time listening, is a bottom rope version of Darby Allin's finisher, the coffin drop, which is just a senton where you land on the guy like in a coffin.
she just kind of, it's like a half-ass version.
It's almost as bad as Wendy Chu's nap finisher, where she jumped off the top rope and did this.
I mean, I don't even know
Thea, though.
What else to say. All I know is Booker was hyped for the match. And Vic Joseph was like, how much caffeine did you have before this?
Oh, Shuggy doesn't
yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. So, yeah, he was going crazy. There was some kid who was screaming throughout this entire show in the crowd. And I don't know who it was, but it
Stupid NXT.
pissed me off like crazy. We go backstage.
Listen, I know it's supposed to be the wrestlers learning how to be wrestlers for some of them, but you should also just learn how to be a good crowd member before you go to a wrestling taping.
Yeah.
Sorry, but if you're just a little kid screaming in the crowd during a wrestling taping, it's really annoying. It's really annoying in any scenario, especially in a chorus concert. I do a lot of singing in my free time, and I used to be in a chorus in my high school, and every time I heard a screaming baby, I wanted to laugh. It would be the only thing that would keep me from crying during my senior concert. So thank you for that one crying baby.
Taviana Heights and Miles Bourne are backstage, and Taviana Heights says, I don't know what I'd do if we don't win our tag match tonight, which is really ominous. So
he was going to turn heel.
That's what I was thinking. Then we go to Tony D'Angelo, who cuts a promo in the ring. I literally wrote down D'Angelo.
Tony D.
He wants Cruz to come out, and instead it ends up being Grayson Waller, who is on the NXT Wall Tower thing. Grayson Waller does not get a theme. He just comes out, and he is on the tower, just standing there for
These are my Cruz Montana glasses, by the way.
But, okay, that makes sense. Looks more like a 60-year-old divorced dad glasses.
They're also pretty close to Dr. Octopus. I would have taken that as well.
Okay. Well, Waller has merch of his promo from last week where it says, like,
it's
soft,
white text on black clothing.
Phone. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Tony calls Grayson a bitch. Cruz Montana does enter from the top steps thing again.
Montana was good.
So the only person who entered from the way you're actually supposed to enter was Tony D, and the rest of them did their own weird things, and they're talking around the entire performance center.
You know what that means, right?
What does that mean?
What I'm excited for is that means if Cruz Montana is in WWE 2K26, 27, which I hope he is,
he's gonna get a special entrance.
That means we're gonna get a special entrance that you can use in about 4 arenas, and then he has some generic entrance for the rest of them.
Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? What if Tiffany Stratton gets the same entrance that she's had since NXT?
She didn't. She got updated.
Oh, did she finally?
Yeah, she has an updated entrance. You just have to assign it to her. Just like how Finn has Catch Your Breath back in the game.
I didn't know
Johnny Gargano has both his theme songs back in the game. Rebel Heart and
I don't
Coming
play,
Back for You included.
I
and
wish.
Matt Cardona has radio.
Oh, did he? Oh,
it has Zack Ryder's radio, like the original radio, and then it also has Always Ready.
Cruz Montana says, I put in work to get here. And Grayson goes... He's just like really back
work.
Good for you, man. Who cares?
Hell yeah.
Waller says that the fire that Cruz Montana has, he's going to piss on, and then Cruz Montana says to Waller, "You only fight for yourself." And he says, "Hell yeah." Hell yeah, I do. He just completely admits to it. He does not care at all.
Ooh.
So that was a hilarious promo. Then,
They were fiery, though.
Yeah, it was. It was. Ren Sinclair and...
Hold up. I want to say one thing real quick. At the end of this promo, Tony D says, "I don't care which of you it is. Go make a number one contenders match for next week with Stone, and I'll see the next one. I will see the winner at Heatwave."
That is true. And, yeah.
And the match was made.
I hope it's Waller, but at the same time, I hope it's Cruz, and so I don't know.
I hope it's a no contest, and we get a triple threat.
That would be good. That would be really good.
I could totally see happening.
Maybe the free agent ruins it, and we get a fatal four-way, and so it's Grayson Waller.
Dijak, please be Dijak. It's
gonna be Grayson Waller, Tony D'Angelo, Cruz Montana, and Mara Sade, baby. Let's go. Fire me up at Heatwave. Let's
Mara
go.
Sade. Yes, I can't wait for the match where it's with Grayson Waller, Tony D'Angelo, Cruz Montana, and Hornswoggle. I can't wait for this match.
Micro Man.
It's gonna be Hometown Man from TNA. Yep, it's
the
it's
pop.
not a free agent. It's in its own town, man.
I hope Hometown Man turns heel and starts wearing like rival merch and stuff.
Rival Town Man.
He's an away town man.
He has to change his name to like Away Game.
The away experience. The away experience.
So the next one, Sinclair and Zarya fight to the clock experience.
I'm sorry.
Sinclair and Zarya fight to the clock expiring, and Ren, I guess, retains. Zarya attacks afterwards, because she's not happy.
Yeah, woo, speed title.
Yay, speed title. That was pretty... I went through it like it was a speed match, too. Went pretty quick.
Yeah.
But,
OTM's backstage. Whoopee.
They're shaky, probably. Grayson Waller and Mason Rook talk. Hendricks then attacks him as Waller is like, "Yeah, kick his ass! Yeah!" And then we get the tag title match.
Yes. This is the one that Tavion Heights was like, "I don't know what I'll do if I don't win and all that stuff," but
I know what you'll do. You'll kill him. Murder. Cold blood.
Well, he won. And Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights are new tag champions, and that puts an end
double
to
champ
the Vanity.
Miles.
Yeah, double champ Miles, and that is an end to the whole Vanity Project tag title reign. So I don't know what's next for them. Main roster.
What do we think of that reign?
Just kidding. Wait, what
do we think of the reign?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it was good enough for like them and what it was. They, along with what they did with the titles, they had some entertaining singles matches as well. I mean, we talked about Mason Rook versus I think it was Jackson Drake, and that was great. I don't know. I guess what I'm more curious about is what is next, because what happens next is what will put more emphasis on this reign. So if this is a high point or a low point, because this is kind of where we just got started. So I don't know what to expect from them.
I think they'll get their rematch.
Probably.
It was such an out of the blue. They'll probably get a match at Heatwave and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they win the titles back and Tavion turns on Miles.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
The booking. I could see that being the way the booking goes.
But
Heatwave will be the same night as will be at the same time as All In. I will be watching All In.
I was gonna say that's unfortunate for NXT.
Sorry, oops. I'm watching All In.
Yeah.
I want to watch Will Ospreay finally win the world title more than I do watching Grayson Waller win the NXT title. If that's
and watching
the thing
none of them happen.
Yeah, they have to pull the trigger on Ospreay.
We come back from ads. The Vanity Project are absolutely crashing out, and Keanu Carver walks by, and they all just kind of freeze up. Yeah.
Keanu Carver,
Big man. Big man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Lizzie, Rain, and the Culling are backstage. Izzy and Vance versus Spears and Rain is booked for next week. What do we think about this mixed tag?
Well, Lizzie doesn't trust Sean Spears
No.
at all, but nor would I.
And Spears says smart girl about it.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that he shouldn't be trusted. He has no reason to be trusted.
Kind of the opposite
I'd love to see
of Sugars right now.
Yeah, versus Sugars, who doesn't know he shouldn't be trusted. Well, he doesn't know that he should not be trusted. And he's like, man, I don't know why no one likes me, man. Well, maybe because you were just part of Dark State for the past year. And you attacked everybody as soon as you could. And you wore masks, and you
That's the mask
everybody.
from the Shield!
That's the mask from the Shield! It's the Shield fist! But, yeah. And then...
Guess what?
When we have Keanu Carver and...
E.K. Prosper.
E.K. Prosper again.
For the third time.
But this one was different, because... Keanu Carver feels like he's gonna have a face turn.
Yeah, he's, like, normal.
He almost hit Booker T and apologized. Mind you, this is the same man that a couple of months ago wanted to kill Booker T.
Not only is he looking to turn face, but this is after he almost murdered Hank. Or was it Hank or Tank? Both of them. Both. But which
he almost
one
murders Hank, pushing him off the stage.
Yeah,
and then
Hank
Tank,
was pushed
he almost
off,
kills because he's...
Yeah. So, like, he's already tried to kill many people.
And then he almost murdered E.K. Prosper as well.
Well, but E.K. Prosper won. But anyway, finally... Oh, wait, there was one spot from E.K. Prosper. There was a drop kick that he does on the announce desk and then a double stomp, which was sick.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, Booker, you good?
Yeah, we're just like all friendly
Booker,
or whatever. Keanu Carver, though, finally takes a win over E.K. Prosper, and it's on a small package.
Yeah, what? What?
If anything, it should be the reverse way around because, you know, a smaller wrestler would pin a bigger wrestler cheap.
That's a big package, dude.
Dark State is backstage, and Dion Lennox is mad over the last match that they had in which they won, right? But they were just fighting.
But he got thrown through a wall.
Yeah, and he's like, well, but we won, so it's fine. And Dion's like, man, whatever. I don't know. It was kind of a nothing
He was
thing.
like, Waller is right. Like, he's like, Waller is right because everybody's being complacent around here. Yeah. So I'm not going to be complacent because I have a match against him next week.
Yeah. It was kind of a nothing promo, yet at the same time, it does show that Dark State is probably going to break up even further, which is like, yay. I don't.
Have they in their entrance yet? Oh wait, they didn't have an entrance this week. I was gonna say, do you think in that entrance next week they're gonna finally take off the big red X over over Saquon Sugars' freaking?
No, I have a theory. I have a theory about it. I think what's gonna happen is Dion's gonna get kicked out, and then they're gonna put the red X over him, and then it's gonna happen until there's one remaining member. So I think.
And then it's just. It doesn't say Dark State.
It's gonna be all X's, and it's gonna be the one guy. It might say Dark State, but he's gonna be.
Who do we think it's gonna be? Who's gonna be the last member of Dark State?
I mean, I gotta remember the names.
We have Osiris Griffin, Dion Lennox, or
My point proven. Like, who is it?
What is your name, good sir?
Like, I know what they look like, but I don't know their names. I just think of Dark State, right? Sugars was the only guy who stood out.
Cutler James.
Cutler James. It's not going to be him. I think it'll be Osiris Griffin. He'll be the last
Osiris Griffin. Such a fantastic name.
Unless Dion just tries to take control and kicks out the other two. I don't know. We'll see.
Like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'll do it all by myself.
Screw you guys. I'm going home. So we go to Shiloh Hill, who... Here's our first...
No, we don't.
Oh, wait, we don't? Why?
Nope. Stone... we have the Stone thing, but after after Stone walks away from Cruz, Tristan Angels does not like Cruz and calls him the new guy. Mind you, Cruz Montana, when he was in TNA under Mike Santana, was there multiple times in the past year where Tristan Angels showed up, like, 3 months ago.
Yep.
Brother.
Yeah.
Like,
Just, what is there to say about this, but why?
not a lot.
Yeah. We had a video that was apparently posted on social media. I didn't see it. But Shiloh Hill, and we have our first, like, big depressing thing besides Brie Bella. Shiloh Hill is injured. He's out with a nose injury. And they actually...
mask.
Yeah. But that being said, it was kind of interesting to see him geek out for the 3 minutes he did in the video that they showed, because he was like sitting around a fire kind of the same way of the Righteous Deletion. And he was just talking about like history of the Intercontinental title and just geeking out over wrestling fun facts and stuff like that.
He would be the perfect wrestler for them to give him a mask to wrestle in to protect his nose.
And they could build a character around it too. They could just make him
100%.
like a masked wrestler like the Fiend.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like his character is perfect for them to just give him the black thing and then just enough where you can see his tooth.
You know what would be sick?
Wait, holy shit. Oh my god, I know why he's injured. It's the freaking cursed tooth, dude. It's the cursed tooth. Danhausen?
No.
Danhausen, you did it again. Danhausen,
No, I think...
you cursed our show. You cursed... Please, uncurse him. Okay. Uncurse the tooth.
Look, I don't even know what to take away from. It would just be
that's
funny.
Why he's injured.
It would just be funny if Shiloh Hill comes back with the undashing mask, has it on until like next year, and then defends his title as Mr. NXT with the undashing mask. That would be hilarious.
Then we get into the Underground match, which had a really, really scary moment very quickly into this match.
Well, so here's the thing about that, right? Because when I saw... We'll just explain what happened, right? Kendall Gray takes a face bump on the steel steps, and her ear gets busted open and bleeding down her neck. However... Well, what do you want to say first?
Can I read the text you sent me?
Yeah.
I want to read this text.
Sure.
So Henry is watching this match.
I fell for this.
Yes. So my camera's not going to be here because I'm using my thing as a mic. But I'm using my camera as a thing. But he texts me. He goes, "Yo, I mean this when I say it. Please be prepared for the Underground match. I'm serious. There's a very graphic botch." And then he texts me at midnight the next day. He goes, "Okay, I may be dumb. I did more research, and I believe it was planned, which is crazy."
Yeah, so she, first off, sold that like a champ. But at the same time, there was a botch in her selling. Because she hit her left ear and then bled from her right. And that was the only way that people caught on online. If you look at the Underground, probably now people have caught on, but the first 24 hours afterwards, not a single person caught on. Everyone were like, the match should have already stopped. And that's what I was thinking too, because I thought, when I saw it, I thought it was real. They tricked me. Legitimately.
That was for sure.
Because
scary botch.
Even with that being planned,
it looked like it was a scary botch, but it wasn't.
With that being planned, that face bump was still brutal.
Yeah, that was a Darby bump.
That was horrible.
That is on some crap that Darby Allin would have been like, "Oh, bet I have this as idea. Let's throw me into the steps. I'm gonna bust my ear wide open, and I'm gonna look like I'm dead."
But not only all of this, but she is stumbling around the ring, selling it so well, so amazingly well after getting wrapped up in the bandages and everything. Because it was a great spot, yet at the same time, it does suck that she bled from the wrong ear.
Before that happened, she had a smooth ass hurricanrana where she slid off the apron Like, she slid off the ring, did a hurricanrana, and then had Lola land on the tape, like, the announce desk. That was pretty awesome.
There were many good spots in this. There was one where Hank and Tank had to push Kendall Gray back into the ring as she's, like, leaning outside because her dead weight from selling the ear.
Kendall has an elbow to the face of the ref. Well, sorry, that was Kendall. That was Lola.
Yeah, Lola.
And then Lola immediately puts Kendall in a chokehold, but the referee is not awake.
The ref is just gone.
Dead.
And
Ref
then
is dead.
Kendall Gray, Ren Sinclair is hyping up Gray for a comeback, smacking her in the face. And this is when I started to get the suspicion that the spot was fake. Because why in the world would someone who is bleeding, like, internally and out their neck, why would you slap them in the face? You're not helping anything.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I know you're... Hey, listen, I know you're in this match, and I know you're bleeding from the ear. Hey,
but,
come
like,
here.
really, when it happened, though, I just want to mention this one more time. I looked in the comments of it, too, and people thought the same thing. I thought she pulled a Mick Foley. Lola Vice would tap out to Gray, and Gray wins the match through all the chaos, and after the show goes off the air, Vice spends some time in the ring thanking everyone, which basically tells us that Lola Vice is either set for the main roster of WWE or just going to go full out in AAA or both. So,
because she's not leaving the company. There's no way. So,
well, obviously not with everything she's done in AAA.
Yeah. So, there's no way they'd let her leave the company. So, and then we go to Dynamite.
Grand Slam Mexico! Fire me up!
Woo! Vámonos, huh?
Hold on. I've pulled my headphones out. Chat, give me...
Yeah, and you're lagging.
Oh, okay, I can hear it now. Well, yeah, it's because the computer... I'm lagging like crazy, bro. Okay.
The Christian Cage starts off pretty quickly and low blows a woman.
Wait, did I miss that?
Marina Shafir. He low blows Marina Shafir.
Oh, that was
Marina
late.
Shafir
that was late in
it.
the match. But
I
yeah,
know it was late in the match, but I do have to talk about this first.
Yeah,
he low blows a female and she sells it like she got kicked at the balls.
That was wild.
It's like I've seen them do. Like I've seen spots where, like in women's wrestling, like I think it was Chris Statlander in PWG, where she gets kicked in the. She gets low blowed and she just stands there and takes it, just like, wait a minute, that doesn't hurt me.
There was once,
and then she does it back.
Yeah, there was once in NXT where a women's match ended with a low blow and a DQ. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I don't remember who was in it.
I haven't.
Huh? Oh, you haven't
have not seen that?
That actually
You're
happened.
Have to send me that clip.
Like I think a little over a year ago. It was the only women's match I believe that is known in like major wrestling history that ended in a low blow and a DQ.
Nice.
So yeah,
this is not the only low blow that he has in this match.
He low blows
one of the Death Riders, and then Cage and the Bucks do a super kick, like do the super kick party together.
Yeah,
that's probably the second time I've ever seen Adam Copeland throw a super kick.
Cope, he would spear and pin. And then Yuta was arguing with the ref, and Mox would go ahead and steal the win with a roll-up. So, yeah, Cope would have won if it wasn't for Yuta arguing with the ref as a distraction. And then Cope, Cage, and the Young Bucks are just arguing in the ring as we go on to the next match. Something that should be mentioned about this Grand Slam Mexico is all of the promos, like the promo packages, are just like hype for All In.
All In, yeah. They're just All In hype packages.
And so we're only going to be talking about matches except for like one promo, in which we'll get to in a moment. Tommaso Ciampa versus Commander versus Andrade.
I want to talk about this one.
Well, there were some funny moments, but
Tommaso Ciampa takes a picture of his wiener during this match. Yes, Andrade is taking a picture with, like, you know, one of the ladies actually.
I saw him taking a picture with that woman in the front row. I did not see Ciampa take.
Ciampa comes in, takes the phone, goes towards the ring apron. You can see him. He opens up his pants, has the camera, looks down, hits click, which closes it back up and walks back up.
He did that? I didn't see that.
So we'll get into the other funny thing that he does in this match, where Tommaso Ciampa proceeds to beat up a pair of pants.
Yeah, specifically Andrade's, in which, Andrade's doing his thing where he takes off his pair of pants to reveal his tights and all that. Ciampa, not only does he beat up his pair of pants and take the finisher and all that, he sets up a pin in which the ref counts. And then Commander breaks it up. Commander is whooping ass in this match.
He has this crazy ass poison Rana that he does to Andrade.
Not only that, but he does his tightrope walk, backflip, spinny thing, whatever the heck. But he also salutes Santino Marella style mid-air during it this time, which was sick.
I'm so happy Commander's back in the ring, man.
That was so cool. But guess what? He takes the pin from Andrade. And so, yeah, Andrade wins that. Was this for anything?
He now has the number 1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet match at All In.
Yeah, so
here's at the end of this match.
Yeah,
MJF
does come in. Yes, MJF returns. As Andrade has the Dynamite Diamond ring. I'm just curious about one thing really quick, because I saw the women's...
world champion.
Okay, whatever. I saw the women's Casino Gauntlet match, and I'm confused. Why is the number 1 spot something you want? Because I thought that was... like Royal Rumble style where...
So, not every single competitor has to come in. You could literally just win the match and pin the first 2 people can pin each other, and the rest of the people can't come in.
That's right, I forgot about that.
Getting the number 1 and 2 spot is where you want to be, and then the longer back you have, obviously you're going to be more fresh than the other person, the other people in that match, but those people have also had a longer time to pin the other person, so there's a good chance you could just not even come out.
I forgot about that now, and that makes so much sense now. That's why I was confused at Kyle. Like, why would you, if it's a gauntlet match, why would you want the number 1 spot? But I get it.
Any other gauntlet match? Yes.
Yeah, right.
But MJF returns with his Triple B and declares himself the true world champion. Where have we seen this before? I'll tell you. CM Punk did it first on Collision.
Well, not only did CM Punk do it first on Collision, CM Punk did it first at Money in the Bank in WWE all those years ago as well. As this is kind of a copy-paste thing that we've seen a lot of times. Kevin Owens
did it. Sami Zayn did it with the IC title belt in 2020.
Kevin Owens did it 2 years ago with Cody and the wing title, the Eagle.
At least, but it wasn't the Shield Fist. And then Willow Nightingale and the Brawling Birds take on Mercedes Moné and Divine Dominion. They win.
We start off this match with a pretty funny spot, which is this. I would say is a somewhat serious storyline. Well, not even somewhat serious. This is a serious storyline.
It's a pretty serious storyline.
Yeah. So, considering we start out with a comedy spot in which all 6 wrestlers are stuck in a suplex, I don't remember the order of everyone, but one person comes in to do a suplex, hooks the other person, another person comes in, all 6, the 3-on-3 suplex thing, and then they just break out of it and just start fighting, and the ref can't break them up. So that was I don't know, it was funny.
That was a WWE spot.
Yeah, not even. It was like the match that happened recently with the conglomeration. Anyways, as you said, Willow would pin Monet out of nowhere on a backslide, which is interesting because these are the 2 main focuses of this storyline. And we already had someone pin the other person. So I don't know if this means that Monet is going to come back and pin her at All In or what the whole situation is going to be. On the way out of this match, it is revealed that the Brawling Birds and the Divine Dominion are going to have a tag match at All In. And so now we have...
Good for the Brawling Birds. specifically Windsor, who hasn't, I don't think, had a match at any of the All-Ins that were
I don't know.
in Britain. Jamie Hayter had.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, because I forgot that All-In's in Britain again.
Yeah, so good for Alex Windsor, and good for Jamie Hayter again.
We have the ending of the ladder match we talked about earlier. Speedball Mike Bailey is going to try and beat Fletcher for the title.
Who has pants on? Yeah, Speedball Mike Bailey is wearing pants.
Oh, yeah, because he wears shorts a lot. That's right.
Yes, he's wearing pants.
I was a little bit confused on why you were freaking out over pants.
This is like seeing Kevin Owens wrestle, like the one time I've ever seen Kevin Owens wrestle in pants when it wasn't in shorts.
Yeah.
It's like seeing John Cena wrestle in anything other than jorts.
Yeah. As Kyle Fletcher is making his entrance, I just realized where I've seen him before. He looks like Sid from Toy Story. You can't say you don't see that. With less hair somehow.
With less hair. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I see it.
It was crazy, especially in the entrance with the facial expressions he was making. Yeah. Speedball has a Mystico mask. Speedball has a Mystico mask, and Fletcher also has one, and he's not wearing it, and then Mike takes off his. I was really confused by something that I haven't done research on before. Why is Mystico suddenly like this huge star when everyone hated him as Sin Cara in WWE? I know there were two separate...
CMLL.
Sorry?
He was massive in CMLL. That's how he got his contract with WWE before that happened. Like, Mystico is a character there that was massive.
And I figured.
Been massive there. His theme song, he's literally in the music video for it. Being a celebrity.
Yeah.
But, like, he's, like, really big in Mexico. And he was like, oh my god, look, he's back here. After a bunch of years away, look, here he is. And, oh wait, he doesn't botch anymore. So...
Yeah, so really the whole thing behind that in WWE was the language gap?
Believe so. I believe that was part of it. And I think that was the ropes were different.
Oh, that's a good point, too. Yeah, because the actual...
I think WWE uses cable as opposed to rope.
You mean AEW?
No, I mean WWE uses... then it must be the other way around, because...
Yeah, WWE uses rope, everyone else uses cable.
Okay, then that's the difference. My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
But Speedball does a moonsault off the ramps that are on the stage. This is in Arena, Mexico, by the way.
He does, yeah, there were a lot of... I mean, Speedball was moving like Darby Allin in this, because not only that, but Speedball took a bump face first into the barricade, which is just... they specified on commentary. This is just an in-place barricade. This is one that moves or anything. This is just there. So he basically just went face first into a wall.
Yeah, no, that's... because that's a great idea.
Yeah, of course.
He also takes an Avalanche Michinoku driver in this match.
Yeah, there were so many crazy spots. There was a bomb on the apron, brainbuster, and then Bailey kicks out. Then there was Ultima Weapon, and Kyle kicks out at, like, the last millisecond.
There's a lot of moments in this match, like, that I really thought Speedball could have actually gotten it.
Same, but unfortunately for Speedball fans, Kyle Fletcher would defend with the buckle brainbuster and
the Sami Zayn El Generico brainbuster, and then Okada and Fletcher yell at each other.
Yeah,
and now Mystico has the entire crowd singing the song, which is awesome. Jericho is wearing trunks,
which is kind of disturbing for how old he is. We ain't need to see all that.
Looked
But
like seeing Bon Jovi in his underwear.
Okada had a sick counter to Darby Allin's suicide dive in this match.
I had that written down too. I was hoping you would mention that.
That was
a
awesome.
Crazy drop
Not
kick.
to mention, besides that, Darby Allin, for once, didn't like try to end his own life during a match. This was like the most safe match I've
Darby
seen
match.
from. Yeah, this was like.
And he still
normal.
almost died.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And
yeah.
then Okada still tried to kill him. Darby pins Knight while I think it was Mystico had
was blocking Hechicero from doing anything, and Okada was in the Walls of Jericho, and Darby won on the coffee.
Hechicero was in La Mística, which is the finisher of Mystico.
Okay.
If the name didn't. Persephone also has a match against Chris Statlander here.
Yeah, Persephone
wins via-
has had some interesting booking as of late.
Yeah. She wins, finally, thanks to Ashita interference.
Yeah, but even then, with her winning, like, Persephone's also just randomly been beating jobbers and stuff, so I don't know what's going on with her. But yeah, it was another slow count that resulted in a win. And we've been seeing that a lot, where slow counts, where you expect them to kick out, they don't. So, yeah, not too much to take away from that. Then we had Brodito and Hangman Adam Page.
The good, the bad, and ugly.
Yeah, is that what they were calling themselves?
Yes, they're calling themselves the good, the bad, the ugly.
That is awesome. And the demand...
After this match, in a internet exclusive, where they try to figure out which one of them is going to be the ugly, Bandito turns his back to the camera, goes like this to show Hangman and Brody, and they're like, oh, well, he's definitely not the ugly one.
Oh, not the... Okay, that's great.
Because Brody's got to be the bad, because he said, I'm the bad, I'm Big Bad Brody King, which makes Hangman the ugly.
Hangman's the ugly. That makes sense based on all the comedy that he's thrown into his stuff before. But with this, first off, Leona had a crazy spot, John Cena-like, where he picked up the entirety of the good, the bad, and the ugly, if that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, another thing that happens in this match is Brody King does lucha shit.
I don't think I wrote that down.
He does like rope, like he's on the rope, goes down, but does the thing where you get on your, like, you bounce off your legs, you do kind of like a backflip and then like an arm drag. Kind of like the Humberto Carrillo would.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember actually seeing that spot, but that is funny. Because, like, Brody's definitely cool. The most, like, out of place out of everyone here.
Yeah.
Probably on this entire card, really.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let's do a lucha card and put Brody King.
Yeah, and also
the guy who's
have him win a title, because the new trios champions are the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Ospreay dies multiple times. I want to talk about this one. So literally, this is what I have written. Ospreay was slammed onto a car tire.
Yeah, which was a weird spot to
which
start.
Is unique.
Yeah, it doesn't. Ospreay it seems like that would not hurt.
Car tires hurt.
Maybe.
Have you ever fallen on a car tire before?
Well, that's kind of my point. I guess the point is, in comparison to the concrete.
Yeah, there's worse things in here too. Ospreay gets power bombed into a fan. In this match.
Yeah, that's right. There was the plant fan that was there, and that was amazing. There was
Ospreay gets his head smashed in with a wooden
some weird wooden board that they couldn't even make out what it was on commentary, and Will falls down. They have there's steps, like very steep steps that they have.
The steps that we told you that Speedball Mike Bailey jumped half off of.
Yeah, Will
it said they were like
down.
This is the ground, right? This is where Speedball was. Ospreay tumbled from like here. All the way down the stairs like it was a Darby Allin spot.
I took one picture from this match, dude. That was so sick. I took this picture of my TV.
Yeah, because Ospreay then proceeds to get stabbed in the face with a fork.
and vice versa. He stabs Davis in the face as well right after.
And then he gets barbed wire across his face.
And then his back... And it
then
rips
Ospreay
and grabs
grabs Mark Davis quite literally, this is not a joke. This is a genuine thing. He actually grabs Mark Davis by the balls and then proceeds to pile drive him.
Yep.
I wish I was kidding.
That was the
that
spot.
was the spot that happened.
Onto the apron.
Yes. And then Ospreay does a bunch of H-bombs, like I'm just calling them H-bombs because that's what...
I know. It's fine.
Multiple times to Mark Davis, almost killing him, and then does a hidden blade with barbed wire on his arm.
Yeah.
And Ospreay wins.
Which was sick, but also, like, that could go really, really wrong.
Who does that hurt more? Well, I guess that hurts Mark Davis more, but that's got to hurt your arm.
Well, the thing I'm always scared about with stuff like that is just if it went in the eye. Because, like, dude... That's like when Darby took thumbtacks to the face and stuff like that. It's like, bro, are you serious? But
Darby, stop trying to die, please.
We want more matches where you're not like killing yourself. But throughout all of this, despite Will Ospreay being out of the Death Riders, he seems heelish.
Yes, he definitely does.
This doesn't
Death Rider
seem
things.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Death Rider things, like that piece of him hasn't left, so I have a feeling that something's gonna happen where they reunite at All In and he beats Omega or something. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen.
There is. So also, I know we're getting on to TNA, but there's something that happens in this that I just can't wait to talk about because I want to hear your opinion. Mm-hmm. Wendy Chu gets a world title shot in this episode of TNA.
I see. Here's the thing. I really don't fully mind the title opportunity. What I have a problem with is, like we said, how we got here. I'm not going to stand up and scream like I did last week.
Go ahead, stand up and scream. I already did it.
You want
just
to...
do it. Just do it. Just do it.
It's bad. Why? Why did you do a double count? Double... we did a double elimination in the tournament. And then... It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't mind the fact that Wendy Chu got the title opportunity. The reason I'm saying this is because at least there are title matches. WWE doesn't do title matches.
No, not really. I mean, I guess they do now I guess they do now because of the tournament, but
I guess. We start out with Matt Hardy versus Ryan Nemeth. Delete. And they're still doing this whole GOAT thing and all that stuff. And so this is interesting to see and all that and whatever. During the entrance, it shows Matt is a better actor than Ryan Nemeth.
There's a lot of people who are better actors than Ryan Nemeth. No, I'm kidding. I don't think I've ever seen Ryan Nemeth act in anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything about why that was there. I don't know,
but I know that Matt Hardy has more matitude.
Anyways, Matt no-sells a suplex. Jeff attacks Nick Hardy on the outside. Complete distraction, and off of the distraction...
Nick Hardy?
I think I said Jeff... Did I
say Nick? You said Nick
Well,
Hardy.
I said Jeff attacks Nick Nemeth, I thought. Jeff attacks...
Nick Hardy on the outside.
Nah, you said someone attacks Nick Hardy.
Okay.
I don't know who Nick
on
Hardy
the outside, Jeff Hardy attacks Nick Nemeth Hardy.
There you go.
And off of the distraction, Matt Hardy wins on a twist of fate that he hits to Ryan Nemeth. And, I mean, just kind of completely buries him. It was a quick match. Ryan didn't do
I also want to talk
anything.
about something that didn't happen this week that I thought was supposed to because they didn't, they didn't advertise it well. Where was LeBron? Guys, what happened to LeBron? I thought he was going to be here. What happened to LeBron?
Why would they... Why? TNA really thought that LeBron was going to...
Did you really think that LeBron doesn't show up to WWE? What makes you think he's going to show up to TNA? Like, I think it's great that you guys tried.
LeBron James refused to do a meet and greet with The Undertaker. And you think he's going to show up in TNA?
TNA.
Xia Brookside is being interviewed, in which Elena Black enters mid-promo, and was like, "Hey, are you gonna say that stuff about me to my face?" And then Zaya does so and roasts her in her face.
And does so. Yeah.
Like that's.
Well,
just-
are you going to say this to my face? Well, yes. Actually, I think you suck.
Exactly. So
Like, what?
nothing.
Yes.
Nothing is given from that, and then I think Black said something about like, "Well, Wendy Drew's gonna make you pay tonight," and it's like.
Yeah, and I'm going to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship from Roman Reigns.
Hey, now we get Mara Sade's
company, I
final
swear.
TNA match.
Oh my god. Okay, so Mara Sade is leaving the company. I got an idea. Let's job her out to H by Elegance. To Heather by Elegance. That's a fantastic idea. Let's just to someone who's probably gonna end up in WWE or AEW by the time that this episode airs. She'll probably be showing up on NXT or Dynamite. But like, come on, bro! I thought she was gonna win the tournament. If I was gonna pick anybody, I did. If I was gonna pick anybody in that tournament to win it, the two people I would have picked were Mara Sade or Elena Black.
They're both gone, bro.
They're both gone. Elena Black is
They mentioned
in a
like
World Championship
7
feud.
times during this match. It could be an all elegance finale.
It better not be. It really better not be. God.
Jason Hotch was backstage. He says that he won't take his reign for granted, and then BDE and Rich Swann come in to congratulate him, and that's the whole segment.
Moose promo.
Yay! Moose calls out Frankie Kazarian and said that he earned his nicknames of like ruler of TNA and all that crap and whatever. And then
Man, this was really an uneventful episode of TNA, wasn't it?
I mean, it wasn't. Well, actually, now that I remember what the main event was, yeah.
Ali talks to Hotch's family and then
Yeah.
puts his hand on his wife, which was
Not
his
only
wife's side,
that,
which was kind of
but
weird.
he's doing all of this in front of the child, which was, first off, I would say far from okay, and he's trying to gain sympathy from the family. But I do think it's funny that the whole time that Hotch's wife, I don't know her name, to be completely honest.
Me neither,
But
so just say
the whole
Miss
time
Hotch.
that she
Hotch.
is selling, that she's like scared and like in tears and all that stuff, the daughter is just like looking at Mustafa Ali and going,
That or breaking the fourth wall.
or whatever. I don't.
She's like,
Yeah. My suspicion is that off camera, Ali and her probably like play and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
So you know
Like,
what? Good for them.
Yeah, I was
But,
gonna say Hotch. Ali's probably like the closest friend of Hotch off camera and all that stuff. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that was a very like oddly emotional segment.
It was oddly dark.
Yeah, very much, and like really making Ali really heel and evil and all that stuff. Casey Navarro and Myers have a match in which within no time.
Or do they?
Oh yeah, that's kind of right. They sort of. That was kind of weird, but within like 2 seconds, Bear Bronson trips Casey Navarro and gets ejected. Like he does nothing and
Nice.
gets ejected.
Good job.
Ricky Sosa then shows up, hits Bear Bronson with the chair, and then the system attack, and it's a DQ. And Fabian Eichner comes in, chases away the system, and then here comes Santino Marella to a big
It's
ovation.
going to be a tag match.
Yeah, he says that there's going to be a tag match now. He botches everyone's name, especially my favorite one, Edward Edwards.
Edward.
I love that. Edward! Anyway, then we do have the System, Casey and Fabian, and they fight down the ramp to the ring. Alicia gives Eddie the kendo stick, in which they had a nickname for. What were they calling it? Like Candy
Sorry,
the kendo stick or whatever. This must be something that I just didn't know about from the System. Either way, they win on a kendo stick shot behind the ref's back to Casey Navarro. And then we go to the injury report, in which we don't even wait.
Shape.
Yeah, Nick Nemeth is in perfect, pristine condition.
Pristine shape.
Yeah. And then there's really.
Sade is hurt.
I was gonna say everything about this is funny. Mara Sade is injured. Like,
Rosemary is effing gone.
Rosemary is missing. If you're counting the injury report, we go on a run of 6 segments in a row without a match.
Yeah.
So we have the injury report, then we have the Hardys and Righteous, who are backstage. The Hardys say that we have become brothers through battle, and they fist bump.
Wonderful!
Yeah, and that's like it. Then we go to Jason Hotch backstage, and this is probably the most important thing that's happened.
Ali?
No, it wasn't calm like that. He just literally just runs after Ali for touching his wife. The order for break it up. Special Agent Zero, or whatever his name is just... through all of it, standing there with his sunglasses and everything.
I look like part of the Men in Black.
No, you don't. You do not have that much aura, bro. All right. Jason Hotch yells at John Skyler, in which Mila Moore defends John Skyler, which just adds more to this stupid ship or whatever we're getting. Steels yells at Mila Moore, and then they're all whole house mad. And then a cage match is announced. Yeah, a cage match is announced at Lockdown, and Hotch says that he's going to leave Order 4 and wants everyone to follow. But John Skyler says, "I need this job." Jason Hotch gets mad and walks away. What is there to say from this? Like, I guess...
Other than the "I need this job" was kind of the only thing of any.
Yeah, I think if we're being honest, the only reason he's saying anything is because there's going to be a Mila Moore love angle.
Yep.
I think that's fair to say.
Then we get a Righteous promo.
Yeah, Righteous promo. And this was... Here's the thing about this segment, right? I don't think the promo... Jeez, I'm voice cracking. I don't think the promo was that bad. However, it was definitely not their best promo. And the crowd was awful for it. So, like, I feel like everything considered, this segment definitely is, like, one of the worst segments of the entire year for any promotion.
Which stinks because the Righteous have been great all year.
Yeah. It starts out with Vincent saying, "We died." And before they even say anything, the crowd is just booing the hell out of the Righteous. I don't know what it is.
Died. We died. Boo! You suck.
I don't know. I
been
get
murdered.
that the Righteous are like heels, but like I don't know if they were in Philadelphia, right? I don't know if they just really hate the Righteous or what.
Philadelphians just really hate people who snap.
Well, I just know that Philadelphia sports fans can be brutal sometimes. So like I don't know. I know,
I'm a Philadelphia
and I don't
sports
care because it's true. Don't sit here.
You're not wrong, but shut up.
Yeah. Anyways, they start a "What are you wearing?" chant. The Righteous. What are you wearing? What are you wearing? The Righteous are booed, and
stuff.
Dutch keeps doing this stupid laugh, just like the debut, of the dang Brood. And it's like, I think he's done this before, but like, especially with you getting like booed out of the building right now, the fact that you're going, it's like, dude, you're just digging your own grave right now.
This.
Yeah, Vincent is visibly pissed because he's trying everything he can, and he doesn't go off script. But like by the end of this, he's just
No, he wanted
defeated. Yeah. He says he's looking for people, and that's it. It wasn't
just horrible writing.
I was going to say, it was not a good promo, but it wasn't so bad that the crowd had to do what they did. However, because the crowd was so brutal, it became one of the worst promos of the year.
Yeah, that was really bad. And it wasn't even the Righteous's fault. It's not.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
It's not like Vincent wasn't having good delivery. His words were crisp. He's fine.
We go backstage for another segment again, and we have Harley.
Allie finds weird cards.
Sorry.
Allie finds weird cards.
Oh no, this was even before that. There's so many dang segments in this stupid thing. Is Harley Hudson and Santino Marella are backstage, and with Alicia Edwards interrupts. Edwards versus Hudson is going to be happening, and then Jada Stone is just kind of there, and they argue, and that's kind of it. So another just... So yeah, exactly. Then you were saying, there's an Allie vignette video, whatever the hell.
She finds weird cards.
She finds cards. That being said, these cards were used in the Undead Realm.
Yeah, the resurrection of Allie.
Yeah. I think this there's a connection here. I don't know exactly what it means, and if it means that Rosemary's going to return or what, but for now, Rosemary's missing, and Allie has these, fortune cards or whatever from the thing. AJ Francis versus the Hometown Man. This is the first match we've had in 6 segments, and it lasts for about 10 seconds. AJ has a Philadelphia Eagles jersey in which he spits on, and he's wearing a Commanders.
Saquon jersey.
Yeah.
You dirtbag. Oh, I hate you. You know what? We're going to square up, AJ. You and me. I'm challenging you right now on this podcast. You and me. You're going to help me. You're going to be my manager. You just got to trip him or something. I can hit a curb stomp or something. I don't know.
AJ Francis, you want to talk about all this money? Let's talk business now. You... Donovan Ryan at Wrestling Revolver. We'll see you there.
If you want some, come get some.
Anyway, AJ Francis is the Hometown Man. Just want to add this to you, AJ Francis. You lose in 10 seconds. And it's on a roll-up win because, what happened? Oh, yeah, Elijah entered. Bro, you're going to get distracted about a guy with a guitar? Get distracted about this man and his belt, bro.
Angaloa.
See you in Wrestling Revolver. Why are you saying Tongaloa?
Did you not see that clip where he held the belt wrong?
Oh, yeah, where he holds it, folded weird. Yeah. Every single botch possible. Cedric Alexander is getting interviewed, in which Leon Slater enters after Cedric talked about a lot, but, that wasn't really the focus, because the focus was a really great promo by Cedric. A really, really great promo. He says to Leon, you've earned nothing and everything that you have achieved was handed to you. And he said that he will erase everything that he has done in the business. So a lot of strong words his way.
Could you imagine, if Leon loses this match and they completely erase his title reign?
Okay. That's just the stipulation is everything turns into vacant.
Yes, the vacant guy gets a... that's so stupid.
You will be replaced in history by invisible
That's the most
stand.
You are going to a different company at the end of your contract thing I have ever seen in my life.
You know what? You got a point.
It's the most you're going to AEW, so guess what? Screw you, that I've ever seen.
Frankie Kazarian and Daria Ray are backstage. Frankie agrees to the Moose thing, and he wants it to be an Escape the Cage match. So that's all we get there. And then we have the match that you seem to love so much.
Well, we already talked about it, so we'll...
Yeah, well, did we say who won? Although it doesn't really matter.
Does it matter?
Yeah, Zaya wins
retains and Elena Black confronts her.
Yeah, I just said holy snooze fest, so that's great.
All right, well,
speaking. Wait, no, there was one more segment, and it was another snooze fest. the contract signing between Jeff Hardy and Nick Nemeth, in which Nick Nemeth cuts a promo on Jeff Hardy, who is doing a coloring book. He's like...
Wait, that means we might get LeBron.
What do you mean we might get LeBron?
If next week is in Philly and their match is next week,
I thought this week
we'll have LeBron. It was.
What?
They have 2 weeks in Philly.
Whatever. He's doing a dang coloring book.
Come on, LeBron.
LeBron. Nick signs.
Talking about the man on the Lakers.
Nick signs,
Well, the
and
Sixers.
Jeff Hardy also signs, but he signs the way he does his autograph with that the multicolor thing and whatever. He does it with one pen, but still. And Nick's like, well, you can't even sign your name normally, and that's the entire segment. So it shows that they care more about that horrible contract signing than the championship match between Wendy Chu and Xia Brookside.
How many locked up episodes have we had with a contract signing? Because we had one with Roman and Seth. We had one with Aldis and Gunther. That was last week. This week is...
The only one that didn't have it, I believe, was the second episode, which is hilarious because that's the one where we covered like 3 weeks of wrestling.
Yeah, that was... So, it would be every episode.
We go to SmackDown. I was listening to WWE radio for the start of this, so Donovan knows more about what happened than I do. So, he's going to take it away.
Cody comes out first and immediately calls out Randy Orton. CM Punk comes out instead. He says that he didn't know Randy did a drive-by RKO, and honestly, he's kind of pissed about it too. So he said he will gladly help Cody beat his ass. Cody says,
Really?
No, thank you. I've got it. But thanks, though. Everybody, here's CM Punk, your world champion. So as he's walking to the back, Kevin Owens' music hits. Out comes Kevin Owens. He has a little stare-down thing with Cody. Then Cody hands him the microphone, and he and Punk exchange words. Kevin Owens says that he never believed Punk changed. Punk says, you want to be world champion? Nah, that's not going to work for me, brother. That's an actual quote. He does quote the Hulk Hogan thing.
That's amazing.
And then he says that you say that I believe I'm the best in the world? No, I am the best in the world. And then they stare down.
Kevin Owens also does call CM Punk a piece of shit.
Yeah, he does call him a piece of shit. And then we get the U.S. Championship match. Corbin hits Trick with the still furry belt and retains.
Mm-hmm. Trick should come out in a fursuit.
No. Then we cut to Sammy, who proceeds to start bitching again at Nick Aldis. Kevin Owens interrupts. Sammy does say the line, don't expect me to stop chasing what I want because it's what you want.
Yeah.
So, you you think they're going to run this feud back again?
I think it's going to be kind of like a side thing. I don't think it's going to be a main feud, but I think it's like they're not just going to be not talking to each other, but they're not going to be friends either. So, they like how it was the other day where it's like they had a fatal 4-way. They're obviously going to hurt each other in it, but it's not going to be like the main focus. Although, actually, it basically was the main focus now that we think about it. But you know what I mean.
And then we go to Corbin, who's getting interviewed backstage. He says, not a single person can step to me and challenge me for this U.S. title. Carmelo Hayes then proceeds to attack him. They have a match next week for the U.S. title.
Chelsea Green, this is from what I know based on when we were in the car. Chelsea Green was doing her U.S. title celebration in which Tiffany Stratton would come out, and then Fatal Influence would come out, and then they were going to have a tag match, and JC Jane is also going to get a shot at the U.S. title next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Correct. And then Lash and Nia, Fatal Influence retain. They pin Chelsea Green. Fallon Henley does a house call in this match. Fatal Influence retain, pin Chelsea Green. Nia and Nash, wow. Nia and Lash and Nia attack both of them, where in this scuffle, I don't know when this happened, Chelsea Green has broken her orbital bone.
I know exactly when it happened. I think I sent you a text about it, but I rewatched it.
You said it was a JC Jane punch.
It was, so on the outside of the ring, JC Jane punched Chelsea Green, and that's what would eventually end up resulting in the pin. After that, the ref is checking up on Chelsea Green. Nia and Lash, Nia and Lash, not Lion Ash, Nia and Lash come into the ring. They're about to beat up Chelsea Green, and the ref has to come in and say, no, you can't do that. So they only, like, briefly beat up Tiffany Stratton, but besides that, they just kind of stand in the ring and be all dominant and everything. But you can tell that the Chelsea Green injury happened before Nia or Lash came into the ring. After the whole Chelsea Green sadness, we go inside, and this is when I finally got to sit in front of the TV and actually watch the show. And I came in at a good point because Damian Priest and Kathy Kelly are backstage. Damian Priest crashes out over the entire SmackDown everything, calls R-Truth Ron Killings on multiple occasions. So that's notable. R-Truth entered for a moment.
Ron Killings,
R-Truth, whatever. Yeah, because Ron Killings does have a backwards hat and all that. MFT versus War Raiders versus Wepa Up is announced for SmackDown for the tag titles on WWE, not the AAA tag titles. And Damian is upset because he wanted the title for title match again. And so this is going...
Rightfully upset.
Somewhat rightfully upset, yes. However, he is acting like a 5-year-old about it. He storms off instead of talking to R-Truth. Although I guess R-Truth's kind of tough to talk to. But that being said...
Hood in Marvel Rivals, by the way.
What about Hood in Marvel Rivals, and why does that have...
That's Damian Priest.
What about
Damian Priest voices the Hood in Marvel Rivals.
Wait, really? I've been seeing those ads. I didn't know it was Damian Priest.
It's Damian Priest because he actually says Wepa. He says Wepa.
That's hilarious. I did not know that Damian Priest is... Okay. Ron Killings is, like, acting serious again, which is what I want. I've been wanting a return of Ron Killings after the stupid stuff they did. So, yeah.
Now, speaking of serious characters...
No. Before we get that, they do another Brock Lesnar tribute video.
I want to get into this guy.
Okay, yeah, Orton.
Randy Orton is here, and before he can even say the words of the town that they are in, Cody immediately interrupts him. Mm-hmm. Cody goes to fight him, and Randy slithers away. Cody would like an explanation and says that Randy owes him this explanation. Mm-hmm. Randy says Cody gave him permission to be the best version of Randy, so he is that, you cocky, arrogant son of a bitch.
And he's not wrong!
Yes. He also said that the best version of Randy won't bring home world title number 15, but the worst version can and will. Cody says, you're the last legend in this place. You call yourself a legend killer, but who kills you?
Which is great.
He also said multiple times in this that he doesn't have to be the good guy anymore.
Yeah! Sorry.
This is going to be a blood feud.
I'm excited!
This is going to be great.
They should have like a real Hell in a Cell match in this.
Don't give me a Hell in a Cell match. Give me a hardcore match.
Anything. Blood.
Or an extreme. I want bring blood. Back an Extreme Rules match.
I want blood. I want blood!
Sorry. You got blood.
With what?
At WrestleMania 42, you got blood.
Yeah, that's true, but
Cody almost died.
Okay, I forgot.
Cody got kicked directly in the eye.
Yeah, but Pat McAfee was there, so...
Pat McAfee was there. So then we go to Sami Zayn, who is crashing out to a still planking Johnny Gargano.
I named the segment Sammy Wrestling.
Sammy's like, I hate CM Punk. I wish I could say all this to his face. And then Candice LeRae, who's over there, just goes... and Punk is just standing there behind him like this.
Yeah.
Sammy then proceeds to say everything, and then Punk just goes, I don't know what we're doing here anymore. You're at the back of the line. I don't know how I need to tell you that. I don't know what he's doing either. He still needs to stop doing whatever the hell he's doing. And then,
he says that he would give both of the Garganos a shot before Sami Zayn.
Yes. And then Sammy gets mad and starts yelling at this planking Johnny Gargano, who has not said a word in over 6 months. Which is how long he's been planking, by the way. It's been over 6 months.
Yeah, I thought it's been like almost a year at this point. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been 6 months of just solely this.
He's gonna actually do the thing. That's crazy. Bro, he doesn't know that I'm talking about him behind his back and how ugly his outfit is.
This neon sign hurts.
It's what?
It's worn. This neon sign is worn.
Oh, that's unfortunate, my
Does
brody.
that
mean Gargano's Discord?
Yeah, he has an entire Discord server.
What?
Yeah, he's in it too. I've had I have been in a Discord chat with this guy Johnny Gargano at one point in my life.
That is so dumb.
So, just to back up, the Boogeyman follows me on Twitter, and I'm in Johnny Gargano's Discord server.
That is crazy. Yeah, we didn't talk to the camera about that. That was during our SummerSlam watch party that was with no people because we couldn't stream it. The baddies have a setup promo, and that's nothing. And then they show a video about the Road to Reigns that they're doing with the AAA stuff and all that.
In a Nikki vignette, says that since Paige got pinned both times, they attacked her. But that's why, and she's also angry that Brie is injured.
Which I was going to say, it's interesting to me, like, how quickly they're making a pivot after the injury. So we'll see how things go. And then, out of nowhere, not that type of out of nowhere, but out of nowhere, Shinsuke Nakamura vignette.
Yeah, who says he's going to return to fight the MFTs, but he has backup. So
Yeah,
who do we
he
think this
keeps
backup
saying
is?
he and I. It's got to be Naraku, right? Like,
No.
surely.
You think it's Naraku?
I think so because he's
they
not
Paul up this early?
he's not in the NXT title match coming up, right?
Well, he just had 2 shots.
Exactly. He had 2 shots and he's getting called up.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other people it could be. Is there anybody he interacted with a ton in New Japan?
I mean, I was thinking maybe it could be someone like, well, all the people he interacted
Finn?
with I was thinking Finn, but it could be, or it could be Tama Tonga. But that being
Tonga's an MFT. That would make no sense.
exactly, that's kind of the point where I'm like confused about all of this.
Is it a returning JC Mateo?
This guy,
That'd be great.
no,
as
it's
opposed
not
to-
a returning JT Mateo.
I'm just sad because they didn't do anything with him. He wrestled 1 match and then they
Look.
just made him sit.
With Nakamura,
I miss you, Jeff Cobb.
all of the, like, when you think of like Bullet Club, for example, right?
He wasn't in Bullet Club.
I know he fought against them like a ton though.
Yes.
So I just mean, like, it's not going to be Cody. It's not going to be Omega. It's not going to be any of the guys in AEW. You know what I mean?
Not
So,
AJ Styles.
yeah, like, all the people
Who
that
it was.
would make sense from New Japan, not going to...
Yeah, I guess the only other one would be Naraku, but
That's what I mean.
I
It's
don't
like,
think they'd pull him up so early, man. He just
whatever. We got to go to the match of the century. Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair.
There were so many botches in this match.
This week sucked.
Botched the finish, which was Charlotte Flair doing a sister Abigail, which they somehow managed to botch. But that's not the cool thing that happened in this match. 2 cooler things happened at the very end.
Yes, that is true.
Alexa Bliss, not only is Alexa Bliss back, but then Alexa Bliss, she has Lily, who is also back. Goes like this. Lights go out. Lights go back on. It's Tatum Paxley, who is on top of the ring post, and flies, does a crossbody, and takes out the baddies.
Yeah. This was sick.
Yes, and then
that
Charlotte
whole-
wins off the distraction.
That was sick. Well, yeah, sure. And then there's whatever that match was. And then that wraps up SmackDown. And that's basically the whole week in wrestling. There is Collision, but, I mean...
It is 11:35 at night.
Well, not only that, but, I mean, I could just explain to you the whole point of the show. It's a bunch of Continental Cup qualifiers, and there's nothing else to it besides that. And so, that's all we
Just say
get.
who won them real quick.
Who did win them? I don't know because we
the
didn't.
Continental Cup, we probably
Let's-
should keep our eye on a little bit.
Yeah, the Continental Cup is important. Okay. Claudio Castagnoli wins his match against Ace Austin to advance in the Cup. There was in a Brawling Birds match against Jobbers, Windsor is the table. She was attacked afterwards and then had an eye in the table moment. Cassidy pins Matt Sydal to advance in the Continental Cup.
Jake Doyle lost
then it was
to
just
Eddie
Jake Doyle and
Kingston.
Eddie Kingston, where, Eddie Kingston won with a Dragon Sleeper in which I didn't see him fade away or tap out. I don't know if I'm tripping, but they just kind of rang the bell out of nowhere. So I think that may have been an early call, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
The Jake Doyle screw job.
Okay. No one cares. Whatever. Thank you for watching
Jake
this episode.
Doyle or something. Anyway,
We out of here. We out
thank you for
from
watching.
Donovan
See you
Ryan
next week.
and me, baby. And guess what? AJ Francis, we coming for you, bro.